Good day, first world travellers, and welcome back. Today I have finally made it to Chichen Itza, one of the most popular and one of the most frequented Mayan ruins on the Yucatan Peninsula. But how does this place stack up against other Mayan ruins I've been to, for example Uxmal, Xunantunich, Kukulcan and Tikal? Well, we're going to find out. Welcome to Chichen Itza. Yes, we're finally here. Now let's firstly talk about how to get here. So one reason why Chichen Itza is probably the most popular Mayan ruins in this area of the world is due to its proximity to Cancun. So most people that come on holiday to Cancun or travellers in that area of the world can simply just come here on the bus. It's much closer to Cancun than places like Uxmal, where I went in another video. You can check that out up above. If you're staying in Valladolid, which I am, you can get a colectivo, which is basically like a minibus. It only costs 35 pesos. Fantastic, takes about 45 minutes. Wonderful. Once you get here, you obviously have to pay to get in. The ticket price is 234 pesos. I'll put the conversion rates in US dollars and British pounds down the bottom. So behind me is the pyramid of Kukulcan. I'm probably saying it wrong. This is the main attraction. Let's go and have a look. Now, the reason why I'm squinting to the extreme is because it's 8:30 in the morning and I can't see what I'm looking at. So that's a good point to point out, is that you need to come early in the morning, because as I said, it is very popular. Come early in the morning. The collectivos start running from 7 o'clock in the morning, so it's fantastic. Let's talk about this temple. So Chichen Itza is roughly translated to something about rain gods. So the Mayans worshipped rain gods. And one thing I want to show you, which is very interesting, extremely interesting. I've been waiting for years to see this. So you'll notice down there, there's like snake heads at the bottom. And if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that many Mayan temples, or even Teotihuacan, which is not Mayan, has some connection to snakes or feathered serpents. If you're here in March or September during the spring or autumn equinox, basically at a certain time of the day, the sun will cast a shadow on the steps, and the steps will look like sort of the back of the snake going down the steps, which is stunning. And another thing about this as well, compared to other pyramids that I've been to, is that you can't climb up here. Okay, which is really disappointing in a way, but I can understand why that is the case, because it is so busy with tourists, it would get destroyed. So, you know, that's probably a negative, a downside of Chichen Itza compared to, for example, Teotihuacan, Uxmal, Xunantunich, all the ones I mentioned before. Let's take a closer look at the steps. So, as well as what I just said, I think another reason why you can't climb the steps, I think it's pretty obvious by looking at it. So there's a significant amount of erosion, but even so, the steps are significantly smaller, I think, and more difficult to climb than at Teotihuacan. So that's probably the reason why you can't. You know, death would not be a good holiday photo. And from here, you can also get a fantastic view of the main pyramid. So for those of you that want to take sexy Instagram photos, this could be the spot. And one other great thing about coming at this time of the day is that because of the way that where the sun is, if you walk around the pyramid, you can get all sorts of different views in terms of the lighting. So around this side, it's more shadowy. Around that side, where the sun is, obviously it's brighter. I've wanted to come here for literally years. I originally planned this trip about 8 years ago. So to be here is off the scale amazing. I absolutely love Mayan ruins. It's a key thing of Mexico, not just Mayan ruins, Aztec ruins, or other ruins that we don't really know the origin of. It's fascinating for me. So if this is your kind of thing, you have to come to Chichen Itza. Despite the tourist element, despite the cost, who cares? These places are history personified. just seen a family that were eating dinner next to me last night. Small world. This temple, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because it's a word I just can't pronounce. I'll put it on the screen instead. Was built between 900 and 1200 AD, which is when a lot of these buildings were built. And in the front of this, again, this is another example of human sacrifice. Potentially. I know many commenters have said before that there's no proof of human sacrifice in Mexico, but if it's what it tells me, that's what I'm going to believe. Okay. And down here is a cenote or a sinkhole. Cenote. Oh. Similar to Uxmal, there's so many lizards or iguanas, whatever you want to call them. I don't know, who am I, David Attenborough? No, I'm not. I love these things. Gorgeous. Mini dinosaurs. Amazing. So this is totally disappointing. So there's a cenote down there. Basically, these are located all over the Yucatan Peninsula. This is probably a top tourist thing to do. Not this one, but probably another one. There's so many everywhere. I'm not going to get time to go to one in this video. But, you know, yeah, it's a sinkhole that's been created where the ground collapsed, I guess, above it and produced this. And many people go to these to swim, that sort of thing. Most of them, to be honest, are slightly more attractive than this one, and you can't get any closer to it. This is as far as you can get behind this fence. It's like Jurassic Park. Zzz. Okay, looking at this extremely worn out map, there's another cenotes. Oh, I don't know. And it looks a lot more accessible. It's on the other side of the main pyramid. Let's go and have a look. Okay, so you walk down this big long road past all these sellers, that sort of thing, selling souvenirs, and you get to the cenote. I'm not going to look at it. This is going to be my initial reaction, okay? Eyes closed until I get to the end. Oh. Okay, it's better than the other one. I'll show you some shots now. So it's much bigger. Okay, the water is very green. Lovely. This is reaction cam. Would I want to swim in there? No. I don't think you can anyway. No, you can't. Okay. Great. It's not attractive. Someone just said it's like an old canal. Pretty much, I would sum it up as that as well. You probably find an old shopping trolley in there. Maybe some dirty syringes. But yeah, I'm not really blown away by this, to be honest. Maybe there's better ones in Mexico, but these are nothing special. So that picture there, apparently that's what they're meant to look like. Is that genuine? Who knows? I'm sure the ones that you can swim in are like that, the blue. But clearly those aren't, because you can't swim in them. I'm not complaining, but it's just a bit of an anticlimax, you know? Walk all this way and it's like a pond. Okay, I'm going to be a travel snob now. There's even replicas of the Aztec calendar stone, which, if you remember from my video from the Anthropology Museum in Mexico City, it's not an Aztec calendar stone, at least it might not be. It's a gladiatorial sacrificial altar. It's now about 11 o'clock in the morning. There's a queue. When I got here, there was no queue. I got in quick, so come here early, alright? Okay, it's time to leave. Now, if you're new to this channel, this is the moment where you see how this channel is different from many other travel YouTube channels. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm the traveller that tells the truth. I'm going to be honest about this place. And I think you can probably tell that I'm not particularly overly enamoured by Chichen Itza in comparison to other Mayan, Aztec, other ruins that I've been, like Teotihuacan, Xunantunich, places like that. However, I'm kind of in two minds, because I do understand that many of you watching this will be coming to Mexico for a short time. Maybe you're going on holiday to Cancun for 2 weeks and you're going to come to Chichen Itza for a day trip. For that kind of thing, absolutely, this is an awesome place to come to give you a bit of an introduction, I suppose, into Mayan history. In comparison to the other ones, putting the holiday thing aside, it's very small compared to the other ones. I guess there's less interaction because you can't climb anything. It's all cordoned off, things like that. Yeah, and the cenotes, complete anticlimax. You know, nothing impressive in terms of that. But despite all of that, I'm really glad I've come here. Finally, I've been to Chichen Itza. It's been awesome. I hope you've enjoyed having a look around, and I hope you appreciate my honest feedback about this place. Obviously, you don't have to take my word for it. Don't listen to my opinion. Make your own mind up. To end this video, as always, don't forget to do the like down the bottom. Leave a comment, that would be great. And also subscribe. And why not check out my other videos from other places like Uxmal, Teotihuacan. You can check them out in the Mexico playlist in the description below. Lovely. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.